James Campbell, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I am great. We have just been back to back meeting people, but we've just placed you in New York, so
Yes, you have.
we're this is the first time we've actually got to meet.
It is, yeah. No, it is, yeah. We had plenty of phone conversations, but yeah.
You're the perfect trifecta. Do you know why that is?
Why?
You've worked for a UK company, a large one,
Mm-hmm.
even though you weren't doing a great discipline.
Yeah, I'll support those PAs, no?
But we rescued you from that.
Yeah.
You're Irish, so you've got the chat and the charm.
I hope so, yeah.
But you're an American citizen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, yeah.
So did you grow up over here?
Yeah, so I was born here initially. I lived here until I was about 12 years old, and then I moved back over to Ireland when I was 12. Did the whole spiel, was in Mayo for a while, went to college in Dublin, and ended up in this crazy industry.
Did you always know you'd come back to America?
Yeah, to an extent. I had like this massive romanticization of the whole place that it was, because my family, they all met when they were my age over here, so I heard all the stories of them like growing up in Woodlawn, going to the bars and meeting each other and stuff, and I still had like a really, really big fascination with the place. And then it's obviously New York City, so who doesn't have some sort of...
Did you think like you had to come and make it?
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, that's the whole expression, as old as it is, you know, you make it here, you make it anywhere. But yeah, it's definitely the place you want to be if you're young and you know you want to do well for yourself. You know, you want to wear suits every day with on my jacket. But you know, if you want to dress well and kind of do the whole big business stuff, it's kind of the place to be. It's the hub of like all that put together. You know.
Where are you living in the city now?
So I'm actually living with family at the moment because I had family over here, which is one of the reasons I came over. I had a big safety net coming over here.
Brilliant.
But yeah, I'm living up in Westchester commuting, but it's not too bad. It's
Are you going to get your own place then?
Yeah, I'll be looking to move out to like some of the new trendy places like Brooklyn or whatever. Other thing, you know, if I get a few big deals, maybe Manhattan, we'll see.
So it was Dublin that you were working for?
Yeah, Dublin Hayes, yeah.
The market's booming in Dublin.
Yes.
And so you just went straight from college into Hayes.
Straight from college, yeah. It was my first proper job, I suppose.
You didn't get obsessed with staying with Hayes. You thought you'd try something different.
Yeah, to an extent. So Hayes as an organisation treated me incredibly well, and I can't really go out and say more pleasant things about them. Coming from a graduate standpoint, you go in there, you get trained amazingly well. The people are so supportive, and they're also the nice mixture of get it together whilst also being supportive, which is good for someone coming in my age, because obviously you're going to go in, you put the suit on for the first time, you're strolling around.
I remember it.
Yeah, exactly, and it's something you need to get kicked a little bit like this. Is you need to get it right. You're doing this right, but get this together. So that was fantastic. But I did the whole big corporate thing, and it was phenomenal. Like I made so many great friends. It's such a great time doing it. You know, like all the culture around it. You know, it's a young sales culture. Everyone's having a great time. But I said I'd try something a bit more boutique, something smaller coming over here. Obviously, it's a completely different structure. Massive cultural shock for me for the first while, but I'm getting used to it now. And it's been very
Has New York punched you in the face a little bit with what it's like?
Not particularly, but I'm so used to New York in a sense, whereas I used to come over here during the summers. I used to, I have family here. I'd always kind of come over the odd time here and there. So for me, even when I was leaving, I was like, "Oh, you're going to New York? You should be like flipping over the walls." And I was like, "No, like this. It's not. It's amazing place. But for me, it's not. It's massive mystical Disneyland. You know.
It's almost like you've done the law of attraction with it. Like you're like, okay, I've been there before. I know what I have to do. Well, let's put you in to the start of your journey when you got in here. So you were doing office support. Right. Mm-hmm. Like in a booming market, in a big brand. You have some stuff to learn to do fintech in a boutique in New York.
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, the name Hayes gets massive recognition anywhere. It opened millions of doors. You know, I like we have such established brands across America that I have people just calling me saying, "I need to recruit for this," and then I ask for exclusive and they say, "Yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it. You're Hayes. We love you." Whereas over here, it's a lot more kicking down doors. But it's good. It's a lot more. I suppose not to say worthwhile, because obviously my time with Hayes is incredibly worthwhile, but
Well, got you to this point.
Yeah, to get me to this point, exactly. But to sit there and watch a smaller business grow and to learn things, to pick things up, and to find out these little technical terminologies that I'm not really used to.
Yeah.
It's incredible to kind of see. And even myself, over the last month and a half I first came in, I had a headache all day, every day.
You have the recruitment dreams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sitting there talking about SQL in my dreams. But now I'm starting to pick it up, and it really is interesting compared to, you know, I remember we spoke recently. I was like, you know, my interviews with candidates would be like, can you type, you know, have you worked for this company? And that was basically it. You know, within 5 minutes, I essentially know how good they were because, you know, they were well presented, they talked really well, what they did, the businesses. Whereas now I'm sitting there half an hour talking about all the different processes and stuff.
Yeah, the first thing I said to you, you need to get office support.
Yeah, I mean, it's office support to an extent. It definitely is a fantastic foundation because it teaches you how to match personalities, because that's a massive part of office support, which is a massive part across any industry. But then the technical aspects are lacking. So a lot of the time, people will get hired because the hiring managers just like the PA and really like they're just typing and doing stuff like that, which, you know, is a bad thing, but it's a lower technical role. Whereas now it's like we might like them, but they can't do this and they can't do that. They don't know this database, they don't know this stack, and it's like, okay, now it's like, so I have the personality matching key, good to go, and now it's like, how do I get these technical specifications matched properly as well?
What's it like trying to win business?
It's interesting. I mean, the whole thing is, and we talk about it in the office too, it's like you go from, again, somewhere like Hayes, and it's like, why should we work with you? Well, we're Hayes, you know, we bleed blue, you know, all this stuff. And it's like, okay, you are Hayes, fantastic, you guys must do something well because you're huge. Whereas over here, it's much more centered around, for me when I'm pitching in people, it's like, okay, well, why shouldn't you work with us? First of all, if I have the right candidate for you guys, I mean, does it really matter whether it says Hayes over the door or Robert Walters or whatever? That's a candidate-centric business, so it's a much more of a harder pitch. But then a lot of the time, they kind of get used to like, fair enough, that when you put it that way, it doesn't really make a difference whether it's who. It's a consultant you're dealing with. Anyway, it doesn't matter whether they're any other company, you know, so it's just a change of pitch, but it's similar enough.
Does your New York roots help you at all?
Not really. The Irish roots help me.
Really,
well, the accent and everyone loves it. Oh my God, you're from Ireland. You know, it's obviously it's business centric speak, so no one really brings it up. But you can tell like they're kind of like giggling down the phone when they talk, and they obviously always throw it on a bit more, you know. But yeah, it's knowing New York as an extent does help, like connecting with people. So if I'm talking to New York clients or candidates, I could be, oh yeah, actually I grew up around there, you know. Oh, did you? Jeez, I couldn't tell, you know. And then it's a whole kind of banter going, then all of a sudden you kind of have a bit of a rapport built already.
You're doing change and transformation, is it? Or?
Yeah, change and transformation. So BAs, project managers, and implementation consultants. Yeah.
Quite personality-driven IT work. So I can see what.
It's essentially where tech and client-facing meets. From like my gathering, anyway, I hope that's what it is. But it's very much so. You know, we want a guy who can script with Perl, who can like integrate systems, but can also go and talk to all these clients and like help with the pre-sales people and can speak the language of the more technical staff for the client. So it's a nice mixture for me. You know, it's not hard coding, it's not hard sales. It's a nice bit in the middle where it's like, okay, this is where I can go.
Was it business you studied?
I think I did bachelor's in communications and a master's in PR.
Okay, all right. So it must be nice that now that you're interviewing high-level people, you're able to kind of start thinking in the same terms of what you did on an education basis, because that's what I found because I started doing the same desk as you did. And I remember I used to be like putting pieces together of like, what is infrastructure? What's applications? How does that join together with things? And so do you feel like you're just learning more and more every day?
For sure. I mean, like some of the roles we get in, thankfully, like the UK business inheritance there has fantastic leverage for us to use out there. So we do get a lot of business passed that way. But yeah, like the more roles I work on, I'm really just piecing together. So at the moment we're working on some regulatory roles, and now I'm starting to understand the difference between like CCAR and now like just the trade transaction reporting, how this matches up in the regulatory space and how that works. And yeah, it's incredibly interesting. You know, we got some other roles in fixed income and stuff in different asset classes and all this sort of stuff, and it's really interesting to go from, again, how quick can you type to what asset class are you a master? You know, but like I'm massively into economics and all the financial side of things too. One of the things when we first spoke, I love learning about it. You know, I'm seeing myself reading about hedge funds on the way into the train. I love learning about like big finance and how macro and microeconomics and how this stuff works, and then to pull the tech side into it as well. It's like old money, new money. It's a really interesting kind of cross. You know.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Okay, you've spent more time in New York than most people I'll speak to today. What advice would you give anybody who's thinking of moving over here? Because you're in the thick of it right now. You're trying to build your desk. You're trying to get your own place. You have way more support and way more knowledge than people normally have because your connections. What advice would you give anybody? Except for to speak to me.
Yeah, no, obviously called you to it, but no, it's just a go just do it thing, man. To be honest, and I was actually thinking about this coming into here. But I remember when I was first thinking about leaving, I was doing a few interviews for yourself, and that's really what it is. You know, you can never figure. There's going to be so many variables in any situation. Well, there is regardless. But as long as you have a visa sorted out, as long as you can get over here, everything else will figure itself out.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be over here. The vast majority of people you're going to work for are going to be completely sound. You know, they're essentially for the most part going to pay for a service to bring you in. They're going to treat you like the investment that you are. So it's just such a ridiculously amazing city to be working in. You know, like you get to walk down Fifth Avenue. You get to, like I go for a walk for lunch. I used to walk to up Grafton Street. Now I'm walking up to the Rockefeller Centre. You know, it's such a massive transition, and it's just have to go out and do it if you want to. You know, but obviously you have to define why you want to do it, what your metric is for why you want to do it. But yeah, once you decide that, it should be an easy decision.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, appreciate it.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Great.
All right, well done.
No worries, thank you.
That's awesome.